Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the U18 COD League. My name is Night Flash. I'm joined for the first time ever on the U18 COD channel by Bullet. Bullet, how are you doing? Let's hear a little bit about yourself.
I'm absolutely doing fine. I'm absolutely excited to be a part of this particular broadcast coming in from the side of U18. Always been a fan of a lot of these Call of Duty tournaments, and finally getting a chance to cast one of the Black Ops 6 Call of Duty tournaments, especially from the side of U18. So I'm definitely excited for the upcoming matchup. So Without any further ado, let's talk about our first matchup. Is going to be between the side of Omate Brooklyn facing up the side of Houston Spartans. Now, you being a regular guy over here, I really want to know what we can expect from these particular two teams.
Yeah, no, that's sorry, real quick. It's Imperial versus Slain tonight. That's going to be our first match. Houston was the other night, but Slain, they've been kicking around for a while. They've been hanging around in that top 3 to 4 sort of bracket there. It's been a battle for them. It's been a battle, but they've definitely sort of picked it up in the last little bit. As far as Imperial, last split wasn't exactly their best showing. I'm interested to see what they come out with here, as it's going to be their first game, their stream game, anyways, in this season. But without further ado, let's kick things off. I'm gonna hop on board here with Mirror. It absolutely zapped by Liquid across the map.
We do see a couple of kills coming out firstly from this side of Imperial, and of course they will be trying to again get up on the defensive side, getting starts. A double kill coming out again, but it's going to be Mirror to get dressed from the side of Liquid, getting taken away.
Yeah, 100%. And these are both fairly new rosters for both these teams here. I'm struggling to actually. I've seen K9 Drew before, but other than that, I'm not really recognizing any of these names. Maybe Secret, may have seen Secret around. Played him in a rank play here or there. Who knows? But yeah, this should be a banger. Slain going to come out to an early lead here. Got 28 points on that P1. That is so huge for them. As you see, Liquid start the battle for these spawns. Back P2, back Heli. He's gotten through. Nobody knows. He's loose as a goose right now. He knows this player's here. He's going to be able to find that first one, pick up the Jackal. Not going to be able to find anything more, but may have just bought his team an entrance. But as I say, that Secret is going to line up a couple, find 2. Cloudster going to find a 3rd. Liquid going to be able to somewhat equalize on the ski before getting picked up. And yeah, Empire is they're firmly in control of this P2.
Yeah, finally getting the grip on the entire situation for the first couple of seconds. Especially we did saw the side of Slain trying to get those points, especially on the hard point. Now as this contested remains, K2 comes in for the behind, but no, he's gonna get traded off as soon as possible. Costa comes in from the left angle, from the eastern angle, and Liquid's gonna go down. In the meantime, we do see the side of a lot of players from this lane trying to hold up a lot of that defensive position as soon as they can. But we do see from the side of Imperial at the same time being a little bit more aggressive and trying to get those frags as soon as possible and go on the defensive point.
Yeah, and you know what? Imperial definitely doing a great job at controlling the tempo right now. They're really taking it to Slain, managing to sneak out that 20-point lead here, but Slain not going to go quietly into the night. They are back and better than ever. Aiden not going to be able to find that one, unfortunately. Liquid also going to fall, but Mortem is going to be able to find a bit of an equalizer before getting traded out. Secret and Mirror going to combine for a couple there before getting traded. It's a big 3 dead in the feed. Make it 4, and Slain with the clean wipe.
Yeah.
Able to grab control there.
We do see the side of Imperial, especially taking a look at the Secret. He's getting those frags back to back. He's 1207. And last time when we were talking about him, he was at 7-kill streak coming up from that guy. So Secret from the side of Imperial is definitely doing a lot of that heavy lifting, especially being on that SMG, especially being on that heavy responsibility of getting those frags as soon as possible. But as soon as the reclaim comes in, we do see the side of Slain struggle a little bit over here. A lot of this position has been already taken care of. Liquid comes up, Secret goes down. Another one from the side of Cloudster. And we do see the difference getting bigger and bigger and bigger for the side of Imperial. Now,
yeah, the lead just can.
Yeah, please go on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So my apologies. Imperial is actually in the lead, and Slain is the one trailing behind. Imperial doing a great job here in locking things down. We briefly touched on Secret, 16-9, but only 2 seconds on Hill. And you know what? At the end of the day, just fragging out for your team isn't going to win the HP. You got to soak this time. You got to be that OBJ player at some points, which is actually exactly what he's doing at this very moment. But it's not too little too late yet, but if they continue to let Imperial run away with this, it's going to get messy for them fairly quick. Ski trying to find this player up P2. Aiden gonna be able to find some shots into a player top cat. Not gonna be able to find anything though. Secret once again, another 2-piece. Somebody, I need a counter up on the screen right now. How many 2-pieces this guy's popped? K9 getting a little overzealous there with that Jackal. Those shots ring true, but the aims just reign supreme at range. 95 to 130. Go ahead.
Yeah, especially looking at the side of Slain, we always see anyway when Secret is going for the double triple frag, we always see somebody getting up ahead and getting the entire guy getting backed up from behind. So I think that's one thing comparatively missing from the other guys as well. We do see Secret, Sickliff, and especially the side of Closure. All of the three guys moving in together, being gelled up and moving together and getting those frags out soon as possible. Not sure about Mirror going 9-14, but sure, Cloudster, Sick, and Secret are doing a really good job of getting those frags in and playing on the objective point.
Yeah, it really does come down to just right now Imperial just getting out Slain a little bit, but still managing to hold on to that lead. Mirror going to be able to find one onto Mortem. Liquid able to find one of his own onto Ski. Liquid in the back going to be able to find another. Is he going to be able to play upset here? No, does not account for that player. Top Brown, Aiden in position. Is he going to be able to find anything here? 2 players he has to clear out. Not going to be able to find the first. The second is free to roam. Secret going to pop another 2-piece in the background.
The 2-piece and yeah, and do just look at him. Just look at him. He's going 27 and 14. Of course, I was about to say 13, but at the same time, he just died off in the middle of the gunfight. But at this point of time, Slain are just able to get the entire group back on their side, getting that lead. But for now, Imperial, slowly and steadily, we do see especially again Liquid, Rainy, and Mortem trying to play on the same Wolfpack side that they want to move in together. They want to get those frag as soon as possible. A double coming up from the side of Aiden, but he will be quickly taken out from the side of Secret.
Yeah, and Secret just on an absolute tear does finally get shut down by Mortem. This is great awareness out of Secret, knowing the spawns, knowing exactly where players are going to come from. Mirror going to be able to find a 2-piece of his own there in the background. Cloudster, all the while, still just soaking this time, growing this lead. He didn't even touch on the fact that Slain has been able to flip the script, so to speak. Drew going to be able to try and find some shots into this player back. Hot Tub not going to be able to find the kill, though. Tags him up, makes him one shot. Big cruise missile coming in from Cloudster. Is he going to be able to find anything? Doesn't look like it as of yet. Is getting all the info for his team, though. Mirror going to be able to find one onto Drew. That's going to be a big opener. However, Mirror was looking in a mirror at Liquid there and just wasn't able to find any shots at him or even spot him. Cloudster going to be able to find one. Trades back and forth. Time in the hands of Slain for the time being. It instantly flipped towards Imperial. Mirror going to be able to find one there, clearing that point out. But Imperial, once again, back into this hard point. This is the impact that these P4 spawns have. You can just continue to cycle in until Slain bursts in the back and takes you from behind like they just did, flipping you out. Getting control. Liquid going to be able to find one. Drops down into bedroom. Is he going to be able to find anything? No. Cloudster's there for the shutdown. Cloudster going to be able to find 2. Aiden going to be able to find Secret. Cloudster going to be able to find Aiden, though. 200 points has been achieved for the side of Slain to the 155 on the side of Imperial. Currently more than a 50-point lead in play here. Imperial have to be near perfect from P1 to P2.
Most of the time for the last 3 objective rotations, we have seen that Slain are able to retaliate, able to take the control of the entire objective, whether it's by hook or crook. But that's not exactly the same play coming out from the side of Imperial, I gotta say. As soon as they are getting flushed out from the entire recomposition coming out from the side of Slain, they are not able to get that objective back for their side. So they gotta work on that. But so to say, in terms of frag power, in terms of winning those gunfights, the scores, it's all that we can rate upon. The scores tell them all. Whether it's the side of Secret, whether it's be the side of Cloudster, whether it's be the side of Mirror. Most of the time, these guys getting back-to-back 3 or 4 frags when it's needed for most of the time, especially in getting those objective in their control. By looking at the side of Imperial, yes, they do have some time. They do have the entire opportunity to take the entire objective control and get those points racked up on their scoreboard. But they have to, just keep suppressing the side of Secret and Clouster, especially when they are able to get an opportunity to just, crush them back on and back on as soon as possible.
Yeah, and that 200 point mark has been met by Imperial. They are closing the gap on Slain here, and this is starting to look a little shaky if you're Slain. They're 7 points away from tying you. Now, closing in on this lead, Ski is going to get spotted there. 2 players going to hit this
Ooh.
top LE Zip. Ski going to get tagged up to one shot, but Secret's going to be there to protect his boy. Imperial manages to take the lead, perhaps only momentarily. However, these spawns may be a thorn in the side of Slain as Imperial now have good side spawns. K9 Drew set up in a perfect spot to play the pinch. Can't find one, though, as Cloudster is going to be good for that one. 3 players fall for the side of Imperial, and Slain, once again, going to grab this initial time.
Now,
15 seconds and closing till this game is over.
From what it looks like to be a very one-sided affair. Now, again, it's getting flipped over and over again. But again, Slain with a couple of points getting in the lead. Again, I would say for the side of Imperial, by looking at the entire couple of the plays that we saw from the past 1 minute, we did saw Imperial being on the plate. Now, as Imperial U18 has the score limit getting reached, it's going to be the side of Imperial to win out this particular first hard point matchup in their side. Overall, it was the side of, apologies folks, it was the side of Slain who won this particular matchup.
Yeah, Slain really did a great job of sort of controlling the pace from about that midway point. Imperial came out hot. They came out frying. Stumbled a little bit in the midway point. Started frying towards the end again, though. Sort of locked things down from P1 to P2. But then end of P2 into P3, Slain once again in that driver's seat, shutting things down, not letting Imperial sniff the point whatsoever. And, like you said, Slain did a great job. Secret really sort of popped off, had that slaying power for Slain. It's just a matter, like I said in the beginning of the game, just because you're frying out and you're slaying doesn't mean you're going to win the game. It definitely helps, but at the end of the day, you got to play that objective. Based off the stat lines, they should have won by a whole heck of a lot more. It's going to be interesting to see how Imperial bounces back in Map 2. Speaking of Map 2, we've got Dealership coming up. Dealership S&D followed by a Hossy control, as you guys are all aware, my least favorite control map. Followed up by a red card HP, which I'm excited for. Red card gets added back into the competitive rotation. That's hype. And then closing us out in that game 5, if we get to see it, it's going to be a rewind S&D. Sorry, red card was never out of that. Red card was never out of the rotation. Rewind was out of the rotation. That's on me.
By how you just say, like, if we are able to see a fifth matchup, if you ask me on how the entire team of Slain are just able to just flush out their opponent team as soon as they get the opportunity to do so, I'm really not being hopeful that we might see a fifth matchup. Like you said, Slain, like whenever the objective rotation was there, of course, the other team Imperial were having the chance to just get onto a couple of points here and there and rack those score on the scorecard. But most of the time, it was the boys from this lane just to just go out, kill off all of the players, get in the hardpoint objective, rack up those score point as soon as possible, and they were in the control for the majority of times. A little bit of whiff here and there from both sides, but for the most of the time, we did saw the side of Slain in control. For the entirety of the last particular hardpoint map, we did saw only 2 times Imperial getting the lead by just 10 or 12 points, and that doesn't mean exactly a lot of these points coming off in the first matchup. But hey, that was only the first map. We have still a couple of maps to go where the comeback is very certainly possible if the momentum gets broken away, especially in the second matchup.
No, 100%. Search a great mode to bounce back, especially after an HP. Hossy also that control, that swing Gabe mode. If they do end up going down 2-0, it all starts with 1. The reverse sweep is possible. Win that Hossy, change the momentum, swing it into that red card HP. Red card HP may play more into the hands of Imperial versus Slain. It's a bit of a longer map, bit of a slower map, a bit more methodical. In my opinion, Skyline HP may be the worst map we have in this title. It's just super quick, not very thought provoking. You just sort of run it down and shoot your gun. Rewind takes a little bit more skill. There's spawn traps involved. There's everything is involved in Rewind. It's spawn control, being able to manipulate spawns how you want, rotating early. There's so much stuff that goes into it. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I'm interested to see dealership too. Played a little bit of it in ranked, but not enough to really have a good vibe on how it plays competitively. It's going to be interesting. Dealership, once again, a bit of a smaller map, a lot of close laneways, although there are some long angles that you can post up with that AR. If you're looking at that mini map, look at the right side of that map. It's not that not just look like an AR's paradise. Get towards that mid, you're in that the mid and the left side more in that submachine gun range. So it's going to be interesting to see what we opt to see here. Looks like it's going to be a pretty quick A hit for the side of Slain off the rip. K9 Drew posted up trying to play spoiler here. Mirror trying to find some info. Not going to be able to find anything. And Aiden going to be able to find the opener. Ski is going to be able to find the true trade onto Aiden. Big tags out of Mortem. Nothing to be found as I say that. Liquid going to be able to find one. Going to be able to find two. Leaving Secret up in a 1v3 without the bomb.
And they're looking very promising when they were trying to just probably get a more ready and intel up on the A side, but they then decided to go up onto the mid, and that's when the entire action kind of got flipped away. Now he has to get control of the bomb first. Now he finally gets the control of the bomb. Now it's still 1v2 scenario. Possibly we saw the frag power of Secret in the last particular hardpoint matchup, but still, this is SND. Things get changed up pretty quick. Other both players gonna hold up a position, and there you go. He is gonna get eliminated, and Imperial wins up the first particular round in this search and destroy matchup. As you know, the first 6 rounds to win, folks. But overall, I think that there was a little bit of a problem making up the decision where you want to take the control of the midline first, or probably push to A. But yeah, I felt like that was a little bit of a blockage in terms of the communication where they want to push into the mid, or maybe they want to just decide to stick to the A side first.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how Imperial take on this attack round. It looks like it may be a B hit. Definitely going to be a B hit here. Drew going to hit this quick. Ski going to fall, and Imperial have full sight control over to this B side. Cloudster going to be playing in this mid area. Able to find one, gets tagged up. Not going to be able to find the kill onto the player planting the bomb. Mirror still lurking around as well. Secret playing a bit of a longer angle. Cloudster has the cutoff, though. This player still just lurking on bomb. May have just been spotted, but the overlook from K9 Drew is going to clear Cloudster out. Secret also going to fall. Mirror going to be able to find the first. There are 2 players lurking nearby. Mirror brought down to just 40 HP. 17 seconds remaining on this bomb. It is time to go, my friend. Hop on your pony and get in there. No real time left remaining, and Imperial are going to be able to find 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, this is probably the comeback that we were talking about, and this is probably the momentum shift that we all wanted to see. Maybe because in a best of 5 matchup, it's a league, it's a grand final, you want to see these teams going all in. So definitely, Imperial are just trying their level best to just stop all of the plays coming off from the side of Slain, and they are able to after the round shift. Let's see maybe if this time around Slain can execute this particular bomb execution going against the side of Imperial on the side of the defense.
Yeah, not off to a super hot start. They do forget to grab bomb off the rip. Aiden going to find a tag with his Semtex as well, pushing them a little further back. Lots of mid pressure here from the side of Slain. However, that stun is going to hit, and Liquid is going to fall. That is the top frag. Secret going to be able to find one of his own onto Aiden. But Mortem going to be able to find the first. Make it 2, finding the equalizer. Ski finally going to be able to find that trade. Secret pushing deep. Ski going to wrap over to this A point. That may have been heard from across the map. Number 6 does not look like it's still lurking over by this B point. Does not read the plant whatsoever. May have just spotted Secret, however, I don't think so. Now he definitely has. Secret, however, has definitely spotted him as well. That stun is going to connect. Now, if the intel wasn't had before, it definitely is now. Big shots out of Drew, but not going to be able to find anything there. Secret able to regen from that Semtex. 2 ARs locking it down. Bomb and Slain claw their way onto the board.
Yep. This might be that entry round that they wanted to get in pretty quick in the first round itself, but finally getting that particular round victory in the third round for this entire search and destroy. But overall, I would say again, Imperial are looking very much strong when it comes down to their attacking rounds. And sure, maybe as this time around, the swap is getting switched, the side is getting switched. Imperial can take it away from their side as well. Duke picking up the bomb, and this might be looking like a bomb hit. Yes, we do see the side of trophy systems getting deployed. A few of the grenades are being exchanged. Mirror trying to get just though slowly and steadily waiting upon. And both of the sides are waiting in for the gunfight execution as soon as possible, though. But no, Aiden is going to get taken out by the side of Cluster. Going to be a 4v2. 3v2 now.
Yeah, Drew going to be able to find Secret. That is a big pickup. Secret currently sitting 3-3. Ski, however, in the back line, going to be able to find one. Not going to be able to find the second. Does get tagged up. But Drew, the chase is on. Does manage to spot that player. Going to be able to find that. Making this a 2v1. Definitely a winnable situation. But the pinch is there. The reads are in, and Slain managed to tie us up at 2 apiece.
Yeah. Overall, both of the teams are able to reapon a lot of these situations pretty well then. But this particular, this is just one of these rounds that was somewhere like Imperial was not really again sure of how they want to exactly execute this one, because they did look very strong in their attacking round when they were just have to go on to plant the bomb, and even not talking about planning the one, they were just able to get those frags out in their own side when they were attacking in the couple of the earlier rounds. But for now, 2 rounds for both of them. Now it's going to be a very decisive stage, as this is going to be a best of 6 folks in this particular search and destroy, as you know. Going to be an important one to decide the fate of these both teams in this particular matchup.
Yeah, and that's just not what you want to see out of the side of Imperial. 2 kills going untraded. Finally, somebody able to find one onto Mirror. Mirror not having the greatest of games. Currently sitting 2-5. Drew trying to find some info. Does manage to spot one. Going to be able to find that one onto Ski. And Mortem going to be able to find another. Putting Cloudster in a 2v1. Cloudster not going to be able to find both. Mortem going to be able to clean it up. And 3-2 is the round count.
3-2 is the round count, and we finally see one of those post-plant situation getting in play in the search and destroy matchup. For the first matchup itself, yeah, Mortem sees him 6-3, 950 damage. Overall, completely, I mean, both sides, one of the players are like not able to get that that kind of the gameplay that they want to really show for their team, and other 3 are able to get those kills in, get those entire T20 play getting done right. By looking at Aiden, it's going 1-5, and now from the other side of the Slain, Mirror, who was one of the best player when it comes down to the entry in terms of the overall fragging power for the last hardpoint matchup, because the guy was just going insane. So probably not just able to get in the head that he needs to perform, but a straight up collateral damage coming from the side of Mirror. Liquid and Mortem both going down. The bomb is getting planted from the side of K9 Drew. That's going to be a 3v2 now. Getting from the black, back-to-back double kill. Possibly going for the pistol. Yep. Now it's going to be a 1v2.
Yeah, that was just beautiful out of Drew there. Is he going to read this player here? Yes, he is. Big tags coming out of him. Mirror down to 50 HP. Does manage to heal up. No tags from that Semtex. 22 seconds remain on this bomb. He is going to be able to spot one. Going to find the opener, making this a 1v1. Big bomb check here. Does get spotted and tagged. Mirror going to try and run this player down. No. Not going to spot him. And Imperial, once again, find their second round in a row.
That was a close one. That was a close one. Look at Imperial trying to just go and flush out. I mean, that was a flank where both of the players from Slain would have expected that one to happen. The audio cue is definitely in, but how Imperial got that flank play and this almost a 1v2 clutch coming in from the side of Slain was something really, really very competitive coming in from the side, or come from both sides though.
Yes, and that was just perfect play from. Was that Aiden that clutched up there?
That was probably K9 if I'm not wrong. Anyways, stunned, Liquid not getting a chance. Mirror getting one more. Aiden goes down. Now it's gonna be a 4v2 though. You do see the side of Slain trying to approach, trying to hit the bomb B side. Not very lucky in terms of getting those long range fights, especially for the side of Imperial though. But finally, with the close call combat, we do see the side of Kane and Drew getting that 9th kill. Mirror goes down with a headshot though. This close punch situation, there's not really something big that you can do with that SMG.
No, this is definitely a tough situation to be in, a 1v4 for the clutch, but with how K9's been playing, I can definitely see him being able to do it. Going to be able to find the first, pre-fires the second, finding some tags in. Question is, does he get spotted? No, he does not. The nade comes through, hardly any time left, but can play for these kills, shut these streaks down. Ski, the only player still on a streak for the side of Slain. Ski is also going to fall. Secret going to remain alive, but K9 getting ever so closer to those streaks, going to be able to find 3 on the round.
So we did saw Imperial able to get 2 rounds back to back, then it was Slain to get a couple of get 2 back to back again. Sorry, and now we do see the side of Slain. We do see the side of EMP getting 1, and then just that a little bit of the football game. 1 goal for you, 1 goal for me. That's the play. We do see the RSC streak getting used from the side of Liquid. Might get 1 or 2. Not really sure though what he's trying to do. Maybe just going in for a little bit of the park. What it says is gets the side of Mirror. No trade game for now. RSC is going nowhere though. Secret holding up the spectral angle on the side of bomb A. We do see EMP just rotating again for the one last time, pushing the side of bomb side A. But Skikup gets a double. Oh damn.
Yeah, and Aiden on a long flank here. Liquid finally getting out of that RC car. Aiden has been found out, does get tagged up. Ski going to be able to find Liquid out of spawn, and all players are going to fall for the side of Imperial, bringing us to a 4-4 tie. So far, it's just been streaks of 2. I'm interested to see if this continues and if Imperial's going to close it out in the next 2 rounds, or if we're going to see a round 11 in map 2.
I mean, if you are able to get the first 2 rounds and you're just being on that lead and that momentum play, and then Slain, talking about EMP especially, and then Slain just comes up to get back-to-back 3 rounds for themselves, I feel like this might be a little bit of that sweet lethal comeback coming from the Slain in the Search and Destroy. Not sure about EMP getting that comeback in terms of the overall map, but for this lane, as how Sick and Clouster have stepped up their game, it looks like can be that one play. A little bit of the gunfire is going to go pro. Mirror going to take up that rotation though. Bomb is getting planted on the side of site A. Going to be a little bit of that 3v3 though. No man disadvantage though. As soon as I say Clouster goes down, takes down the side of Mortem though. Kane and Drew takes a trade game up to one Mirror. Now it's a 2v2 though. Just still putting up on the side of Vent. Kane and Drew coming with a little bit of the short flank. Spots Clouster, a little bit of that fire rounds getting exchanged. It's a little bit of that tough situation. Again, going in, trying to flank and approach from the other side.
Yeah, this isn't so much a flank as it is just sort of they're adjusting their angle of attack. Somehow Secret manages to survive there, does finally get taken out. No time left for the defuse. Aiden, just run, keep your streak going, bud. Find that kill. Never mind. Cloudster kills himself, and at the same time kills Aiden with the bomb. Slain gonna take us to match point.
Slain being the first team to reach the match point in this first Search and Destroy, though, but It wasn't really the one to be on the lead from the starting of the game. It was the side of Imperial, folks. They were looking so confident. They were looking so good as soon as the round and the entire game started, though, in this search and destroy. But on how Slain is able to just retaliate and just recomposition themselves, that hey, that we were able to win up the first map and you were here to win up the second one as well. That tells a lot about themselves as a unit and as a team on how they're able to shut down the side of Imperial. Couple of grenades getting exchanged. Ooh, straight up kill from the side of Mirror. Mortar goes down. Might be a second one coming up from the side of K9. As you know, Mirror is going to come up from the stairs. He has the audio cue though, but Mirror is going to take up that repositioning, going back all the way to up the side of site A. And possibly for the side of Imperial, they have to rethink where they want to plant again.
And Ski is, I don't know what ping he's on or what, but he is zapping right now. Player is going to get spotted. That's going to be Mirror. Liquid, however, also spotted. Big Chow coming in from Mirror. Big 2 at a Liquid and K9. Going to even things up here. There is a player in their back spawn that they have to be wary of. That's going to be Cloudster. Looking for any intel on where these two may have rotated to. K9 and Liquid just playing their lives a little bit here. Going to bust that door open. Not sure if that audio cue was heard or not. Bomb checks are going down. However, bomb has made its way over to B. Big stretch out of K9 Drew as well, going to be able to get this plant down unseen from that top window and going to continue to alert there. Does get spotted by Cloudster, though. At this point, Liquid, I was about to say, I think I'm doing the same thing he is and rotating through mid. Could be catastrophic. Does get spotted. Both players there. Secret zaps him, and that is going to be game 2 going in the hands of your game 1 victor, Slain. Take a 2-0 lead in the series. 6-4 was the score in this S&D.
6-4, and boy, oh boy, it was the side of Imperial to win up the first 2 rounds, and gotta say, there was a sweet little comeback victory getting written from the side of Slain. And look at the scoreboard as well. Secure, and especially the side of Mirror, stepping up their entire game, and overall the damage is definitely favoring up side of Slain. And when we talk about the damage, it is 1500 to 36 for the other guys from the side of Imperial. But overall, when we did saw again the same statement, man. When we did saw the side of Imperial winning up back-to-back 2 rounds, I was a little bit hopeful that yes, map 2 is something that momentum can shift, and we can see of that a little bit of that change coming up for both of the teams. But I have to say, the way how Slain are able to recomposition themselves and able to just retaliate on all of the strategies coming up from the side of Imperials, Slain are looking like the team who can maybe even shut this down in 3-0.
Yeah, no, they definitely can. They've got the manpower. They have the slaying power. It's just going to be a matter of how bad does Imperial want it, really, at this point. These teams are, they're super close in skill level, if we're being honest. The hard point was 25-point difference, 2-round difference in the S&D. Control, I really feel like, can go either way. It's sort of a mix of the 2 modes. It's just going to be a matter of if Imperial are going to be able to wake up and smell the coffee, get their butts in gear, and find this map 3 win to start the reverse sweep, or if Slain are going to be able to shut them out. Hossy control is definitely going to be interesting. It's I want to say it's AR focused, but like the SMGs do play their role, and they play it pretty well on this map. It's going to be interesting. Really, I'm watching out for these ARs to sort of pop off and these SMGs to take routes, soak some time, stop the clock, sort of slay out on the points while the ARs set up the spawn traps, especially on that those attacking spawn traps they're pretty nasty. You can put them in the blender there. So Hossy control coming up. You got anything to say, Bullet, or are we going to throw the people to a little break real quick and then come back with some gameplay?
I mean, when we talk about a reverse sweep happening or not, definitely I'm not in a favor of maybe if Imperial can pull this off. If would have been that Imperial are still here to just wanna write a little bit of that their side of that comeback story, it could have been in the map too. I mean, search and destroy is one of the best modes where you can pull off a comeback, especially coming off from a hard point. So yeah, I might feel I have a feeling, I have a little bit of stronger feeling that Slain might end up here at 3-0 map. At the 3-0 map scoreline. But I guess yeah, we'll take a small little break here at the U18 COD Week 1 groups matchup between the side of Slain and Imperial. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back coming up with the map number 3 very shortly.
Streak, my friend. You find a trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super. Able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. There's one and two. Streak, my friend. You find a trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super. Able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. There's one and two. Streak, my friend. You find a trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super. Able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. There's one and two. Streak, my friend. You find a trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super. Able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. There's one and two. Streak, my friend. You find a trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super. Able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. There's one and two. another 4 streak, my friend. You find a trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more. You win it. Oh no. There's 1 and 2.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Moments away from our Map 3 Hacienda control. Currently, Imperials looking down the barrel of a 3-0 sweep. However, are they going to be able to reverse that barrel and get the reverse sweep, or at least push us to a Map 4? I think it's possible. They're going to have to be firing on all cylinders, though, playing as a cohesive unit, because that is what you have to do to win controls. You got to stack those points, get the spawn traps going, be able to get through spawn traps of your own. There's so much stuff that goes into winning a control, and this is going to be a banger. We are so pumped. We are here. Opening week of the U18 League. Opening matches happened a few days ago. We are day 2 or day 3 of opening week now, and there have been bangers so far. Once again, more bangers coming up. Bullet, how's your first day going? You know, give us a little breakdown here. How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited, man. I'm super pumped. I used to cast a lot of my own regions, Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War back in the day. So I'm always playing up these ranked games with some of my homies who are active on Black Ops 6. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still in some of my a little bit of that, learning play, because all of these teams are from different regions. They have these, some kind of a different strategies, different approach, and different overall mindset towards some of these games. But hey, when talking about Hacienda, don't call me a normie, but Hacienda is one of my favorite maps when it comes down to this particular game. So I'm a little bit being optimistic that we might see a little bit of that comeback story being written from the side of Imperial. But by looking at the overall stats, by looking at on how Slain have been able to get, that little bit of that comeback inside those rounds is just too good. I guess we are in a little bit of that hosting issue, so we just might come back to the caster screen one more time, or maybe that was one round honestly, getting played.
I think we may just have to throw it to a break here. A bit of technical difficulties going on. Maybe Secrets controllers messing up here. If you caught it there quickly off the rip, he wasn't moving off spawn, so I think we're just going to throw it to a bit of a break till we get this figured out. And we'll be back with some gameplay right after this.
Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find a trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more. You win it. Oh no. There's 1 and 2. Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopping right into the action. Cloudster going to find an opener there. Third time is the charm, and it looks that way. Mirror going to be able to try and get things going here on this Vineyard side. Not going to be able to find anything liquid. Getting into that power position, setting up this deep garage side spawn trap. Going to force these players over towards B. Mirror going to be able to find one on the specs in the background. Looks like we might have a substitution here. Specs appears to have come in, currently sitting at 1-1. Drew going to be sitting at 3-0, 1-2 for Mortem. Liquid 2-0. Big kills here and a big push onto the B point. Cloudster not going to be able to find that kill. His Secret is able to get it with the pistol onto Specs, and that B point is rapidly disappearing. And just like that, it's done and dusted. A point, the last one standing. Big kill at a Liquid, gonna slow that rotation down, but Mirror is there for the trade. Instantly onto that A point. Specs gonna be able to find one. Nobody there for the trade. Cloudster gonna bust on in to this lower wine area. Gonna be able to find one just outside a wine cube, rotating towards Rock. Liquid shuts him down. Mirror looking for the trade. Gonna be able to find Liquid. Trades back and forth. Imperial with a slight life lead. And it continues to grow as they get these kills.
Imperial, though, looking very much on point with their entire gunfight, being so much on point compared to what we have seen in the past couple of rounds. We do see the side of Cluster getting one more, but Secret comes up on the board for the second one as well. And we do see the side of even the site A getting a little bit loosed out. We do see the side of Slain taking the control, though. Mirror being on the point, capturing in almost for the 50% now. Slain comes up for down, but no, it's going to be the side of Specs to go out from the hands of Mirror one more time, though. K9 Drew coming in from the back, gets one, though. Mirror goes down, quickly comes up back to the balcony area. Klaus are having the upper hand, a little bit of that upper hand control, but no. Oh, with the second one, though, K9 Drew almost got it out in the open, though. You do see the side of Fountain area, again, the bomb side. The over objective area getting in the control for the side of Slain, though. Not a lot of lives remaining for both sides. It's 11v9. Now it's 11v8, and definitely it is going in for the side of Slain.
Yeah, they just got such a good setup on A. Giving up B that early for the side of Imperial is just not the way to win. You get Secret tucked up in their top catwalk area just outside of office. Gonna be playing a little rat corner, laid down, posted up, cutting off the whole top of Imperial's map, leaving only the bottom to flow through, and then just shut down after shut down from Cloudster there. Just great play out of Slain, you know, down a couple lives, keeps their momentum, keeps their composure, and just runs it down. However, we are going to hop on board with Secret, currently 9-4. On the flip side, though, if we want to look at who is kind of having a bit of a poopy pants performance here, take a look at Ski. Currently 0-5. 4 objective picks, but 0-5. Not exactly ideal. Mirror going to be able to find one, not going to be able to find the second. Lights that player up, though, like a Christmas tree. Ski going to try and get his first one on the board here. Is going to be able to find one. And Cloudster is there for the help. Mirror going to be able to find Mortem. That is going to be a clean wipe. Liquid, the last player standing in the backline, trying to play upset, is going to be able to find Cloudster. Is going to be able to find any more. Mirror going to be lurking in this lower secret vase maze area, whatever you want to call it, and Liquid setting up the spawn trap. Cloudster has no idea that there's a player to his right. Big stun. Cloudster's position is known. Ski, however, playing his life to a T, playing the defense game. Somehow they've managed to escape this spawn trap, but only momentarily, as K9 Drew is there for the shutdown. Going to be able to find you a second onto Secret. Ski trying to clear this point, and he has done so. Liquid going to be able to find that one. Mirror going to be able to find another. Some extracurriculars out of Mirror, which is kind of crazy because he's even. Ski going to be able to find another on the K9 Drew. Specs throwing down that trophy. 28 seconds remaining. Has to win this gunfight. Absolutely massive for the program. Point is contested. Big Semtex there. Going to find the tags. However, the clock has resumed to tick. K9 Drew going to be able to find one on the Secret. A point currently being captured. 2 ticks completed at B. Ski looking for the Chow. Going to be able to tag up one. Going to be able to find the second, but not find the first. Cloudster not going to be able to find him either. Big kill here. Secret going to be able to find that one from top white before getting traded out. Big tags from Mirrors in this lower wine cellar, but Liquid is there for the trade. Specs on the B point, doing his best to keep his team in this. 15-14 the life count. 1 minute 18 left as that B point disappears. Cloudster kind of lost in the sauce here, not sure what to do. Time to rotate over to A, bud. As he starts to rotate, that could be a big win, but Liquid not going to be able to win that one. 4 life advantage for the side of Slain. 14-10 is the life count. This player on this rock. Heady Secret comes in to Lambo. There is a pinch on, and it's going to be a good one. Secret going to be able to find one, not going to be able to find the second, but K9 Drew falls to the native specs. Mortem going to be able to find one. Liquid is going to jump off the map, I guess.
Mistakes were made.
6-12.
6-12, though. I love how Imperial are able to get the upper hand, though. But no, as soon as I say it, I do see that lives remaining 9v5, though. A little bit of that advantage coming up from the side of Slain, but they still have to get in those, the picks right up here and this objective point, though. Secret on killing spree, back-to-back 5 kills coming in from the side of Secret, and we were talking about this guy going 0-5. A little bit of the stun, but Spix is just able to get that 8v2. Have to get in the site as soon as possible to close one that out, but I guess it's gonna be a little bit of that play coming up from the side of Slain, and there we go. It's gonna be another round victory going up for the side of Slain, and now it's going to be 2-0.
Yeah, and it's match point, it's series point. Imperial, they're doing a good job of keeping these rounds close, but they got to close some of these out. They have to win some more gunfights, be a little more rotationally sound, fundamentally sound, and play these points a little more aggressively on this defense. Don't just let them take B. Throw some lives at it, get in the mix. Slow it down a little bit, but that is just my opinion. Real quick, want to touch on it. Threw some shade Ski's way. He was 0-5, now sitting at 14-7. Got 14 kills, 2 deaths that last round. So big tip of the hat to him. Ski going to get tagged up there. Clouds are going to be able to find the first. K9 Drew going to be able to find the second. Big tags on to Mirror. A little bit of a pre-fire. K9 Drew is going to fall to Mirror.
Nice
Liquid is there for the trade on to Mirror, though. Mortem on this rock. Heady has definitely been spotted. Shoulders getting thrown. Is going to tag Cloudster up. Does manage to escape with his life. Liquid going to get in the mix here. Spots that player out. Player with the reach out, but Liquid going to be able to find that one. K9 Drew and Mortem going to find a few of their own. And this is the spawn traps that we're talking about. Currently, no player past that 50-yard mark for the side of Slain. Life count severely in the hands of Imperial. As I say that, Secret and Ski going to find a couple of their own, cutting that life lead down.
Cutting that life lead down. I love how the choke points are getting set up from the side of EMP. And overall, Imperial just looking very much too confident compared to what we have seen in a couple of flows last round, even in the last map. Good old capture point getting captured, but no, it's going to be a little bit of that retaliation coming from the side of Slain. And there you go. Liquid comes up from the upper floor, and Clouser goes down. We do see 22 up against the 16, and now EMP has the upper hand over here in terms of the man advantage, though. But still, as I say, maybe a caster curse whenever I say that EMP are able to perform a little bit better. I do see a lot of these bodies going down on the floor from the side of Slain against the side of EMP, though. A little bit of the slide. Now it's going to be the side of Secret to go down. Boy, it's going to get a little bit of that capture. Slain are able to do on the side A. A good old gunfight coming in from the side of Mortem. He takes down both of them. Clouster and Shiv going down. And boys, it's going to be the side of Imperial. Go for that victory. And finally, not getting choked for a 3-0 map score, though. They were trying up from the first round itself, and they finally got that victory in this control game in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and K9 doing a great job here. Currently 21-16. 16 deaths is a lot to have 3 rounds in, but definitely doing his part, picking up for Specs in a sense. 10-16, not what you want to see out of the young man. 14-17 out of Mortem. A lot of big gunfights coming out of him, though. Big crucial gunfight wins. Liquid 18-14, currently on a 4 streak. trades kind of going back and forth here.
Overall, things stand a little bit uncertain now, as we do see Imperial getting that, putting up a full stop, I would say, in terms of overall just momentum play, what we are able to see from the side of Slain, though. And one of the best, I would say, overall gunfights being initiated and won from the side of EMP, when it would be in terms of just capturing the point or just, getting those few initial frags in. The same appears 25 to 23, though Slain. I mean, this is just like a 2 lives advantage up onto the favor of EMP, but still a very crucial one. Mirror picks on the side of K9 Drew, and look at the side of Secrets. 2017, and somebody who's able to match that is going to be K9 Drew, being 24 to 17 coming up from the side of EMP. A lot of these shots are getting exchanged upon the second floor. And of course, it's going to be Clouser to get that second, going for the third, but no, Mortsup's going to shut him down as soon as possible, though. Coming in from the back one more time toward the rock, because he knows somebody's going to be there. He gets that one as he goes down for a drop shot, but for now he will be getting challenged from the side of Mirror. Might be a little bit of that Semtex play, but no, Clouster is just going to remain alive for the maximum duration over here and getting those kills as soon as possible and getting the most out of the positional play. He's still alive. Oh, finally gets
Cloudster finally gonna fall. Good Lord, Secret in a great position to fill the shoes of his fallen brethren. And there are only 9 seconds remaining. A point has 2 ticks captured already. K9 Drew gonna hop on, stop this clock. Cloudster gonna fly out and try and find those headshots. 3.5 seconds remain. Clock has been stopped as they got on time. Big win at a Specs. Not gonna be able to find anything else. But Liquid, they're not going to be able to find that one, and that is going to do it for series number 1, map 3. 3-1 is the score. Slain with the 3-0 sweep.
I mean, EMP were just trying their little best. They got very close to it in the last run, as they were able to win it compared to what we saw in the hard part in Search and Destroy. But they did arrive to the airport on the same time, but they did arrive a little bit late. Look at the damage numbers coming in from the side of Cloudster and Sikov, and probably players have left, so we can't really see all of the players' stats from the side of Imperial, but almost in the maximum of touching the 2900 number. But overall, Slain was able to again retaliate from their side, and this is what I was really hoping into for when it comes down to this particular matchup between these two fine teams. But overall, good play also coming in from the side of Imperial to give up a good competition against a team like this. But overall map scores, it's going to be straight up 3-0 in the favor of Slain.
Yeah, and I always say that just the map count doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't show how close the matches were, because really they were some bangouts. Aside from the control, the control got a little out of hand. 3-1, not exactly the scoreline that you want to see. But yeah, like 6-4, very close hard point or search and destroy game. 250 to 225. Once again, a very close hard point game. So yeah, Imperial may have some things to tweak. Maybe Specs is their main, and they had to play with an emergency sub. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe Specs is in the whole time. We see a different outcome in the hard point. We see a different outcome in the search. Who knows? That's all up to speculation. But we do have another series coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. We have a second matchup today that is going to be between the side of, I'm hopefully right this time around, New England Bayliners facing up the side of Octane U18 coming up very shortly. But boy, oh boy, 2 new teams battling up for the second day. But I gotta say, Imperial, I love the enthusiasm. I love how they kind of battle up till the third match itself. They didn't give up because they knew for a fact that they were pretty much ahead in Search and Destroy. Again, appreciation for the side of Slain, but you gotta appreciate a little bit more coming up all the efforts and the recomposition from the side of Imperial. They were looking very much confident in their entire play on Search and Destroy, and I was rooting in and hoping that we might see a victory. But comparatively, we did saw the victory in the last round for the side, on the third round for the side of Imperial in the control mode. But overall, because of the initial advantage what Slain had in their favor, that really pulled it up in their last map. But for now, folks, that was it for our first series. Don't go anywhere. Make sure to follow up on Twitch if you're watching up this broadcast on Twitch. Make sure to subscribe to the U18 channel if you're watching up on the YouTube and follow, subscribe wherever you are. But for now, folks, we'll take a short little break and we'll be coming up with our second series very shortly.
Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. And there's 1 and 2. Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. And there's 1 and 2. Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. And there's 1 and 2. Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. And there's 1 and 2. one, but U18. Oh, no. There's one and two. Dark is gonna find two, find three, find four. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super able to get that one, but U18. Oh no. And there's one and two. Dark is gonna find two, find three, find four. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super able to get that one, but U18. Oh no. And there's one and two. Dark is gonna find two, find three, find four. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super able to get that one, but U18. Oh no. And there's one and two. Dark is gonna find two, find three, find four. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, super able to get that one, but U18. Oh no. And there's one and two. my friend. You find the trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. And there's one and two. Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. And there's one and two. Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. And there's one and two. Dark is gonna fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more to go. You win it. Oh no. And there's one and two. my friend. You find the trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more to go. U18. Oh no. And there's one and two. Dark is gonna find two, find three, find four. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more to go. U18. Oh no. And there's one and two. Dark is gonna find two, find three, find four.
Well,
Welcome
folks,
back,
welcome
Lee.
back.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah. We were kind of too excited for this one, but folks, welcome back to the U18 COD League. This is going to be season 7, day 2, and boy, we have witnessed our first series where we did saw the side of Slain getting up in that 3-0 scoreline against the side of Rio. But that matchup is done and dusted. We're gonna witness the side of the next match, the next series for the entire day, where we're gonna see some new teams fighting off our next matchup. But now it's gonna be on the protocol hardpoint. Before that, let me tell you the team. It's Octane U18 facing up the side of New England Bayliners U18. Now, when it comes down to protocol, not a very, I would say, not one of my favorite tees, map, but in terms of the competitive play, it's one of the best actually when it comes down, especially in a game mode like Hardpoint Flash. What do you think?
I definitely, I definitely agree to an extent. I've got a question for you, Bullet. Do you play a sub or an AR?
I play in sub. I love sub.
That tracks. You know, you don't like the long range maps because the ARs actually stand a chance. That makes sense. But yeah, no, it's definitely going to be interesting. You're going to hop on board here with Zavi, who's going to find one in that top grandma's area, but a lot of those kills going the side of Octane. Nothing too crazy so far. Bayliners with an early lead, but Octane clawing their way back into this. Big tags at a Kratos. Not going to be able to find that kill. Aiden's good for that one. Zavi going to be able to find tricks and just trades on trades here, but Octane remain in control of this hill, grossing a fairly big lead off this P1.
Especially taking a look at the side of Logano. He's being on the 6th streak and going in for the 7th. He's not been dead for even one single time. We are already down to 1 minute left, 1 minute of this particular hard point, though. Getting on the capture point as soon as possible. And boy, oh boy, it's going to be actually the side of the New England Bayliners, folks. There was a little bit of that production problem, and we have got that right now. Octane being the team to struggle, and it's actually Bayliners to be on the advantageous point. A huge lead, though, coming up, starting off in this first round. And still, Logano is going to be on the 10 kill streak, going back to back at it. Opponent know it, they know it, and boy, oh boy, he's just not stopping anytime soon. That's it, gets taken away though. Probably Zavi trying to find someone else. The hunt gets down from the hands of Raiden. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be Doomsday to take down the side of Logano. Finally, the boy goes down with an 11 kill streak.
Yeah, but streaks have been achieved. 15 seconds on time. 11 kills, just no real chance for Octane there to to break that hill. 66-10 going into this P3. This P3 is going to be huge for Octane to claw their way back into this game. But once again, we're seeing the Bayliners hop on time here. Hunt going to be trying to find his way through this mid-gun area. Not going to be able to find anything quite yet, but also not getting found out. Kratos going to take that zip up. Big knife kill from him, finding Aiden. Zavi going to be spot that player. Not going to be able to find the kill. Doesn't get cleaned up by Trix, and more time going the way of Bayliners. Octane have not even sniffed this P3. 97-10 is the scoreline, and the Bayliners are here for this rotation. Kratos going to be forced to back it up, and if you're Octane here, it's starting to get into that dire situation. Finally going to be able to accrue some points on some scrap time there, but not really a lot. Only 4 seconds of scrap. Hunt getting into the mix, going to be able to find one. Logano going to be able to find one before getting traded out by Doomsick. Doomsick going to be good for 2. Rick's going to be able to find one there. Going to get out briefly before going back in and finding Hunt. Godsent going to be able to find another. And the Bayliners, once again, in control, continue to grow this lead. Now over an 80-point lead. Octane have got to find a second gear, a third gear, a fourth gear. Just start banging through them until you find something that works.
So fire some nitro cylinder inside you, because this time around, it's look at Logano, it's 24. Boy, Blitzer is 8, and everybody just going bonkers with the entire play. And one thing that I've definitely noticed that we do see the side of Octane just going, 2-2 or just 1-by-1 to the crosshairs of Bayline. They gotta move on back. They gotta be there for the gunfight trade. That is something completely missing out from the side of Octane. For now, we do see the position getting swept around. Of course, it's gonna be on the center of the hill, the entire capture point. Now, you have to find something a little bit different though. Find that missing piece of the puzzle. But now Kratos is gonna go down from the hands of Aiden. Logano finds one. Doomsix goes down. And look at the scoreline. We do see Doomsix going 13-12. I'm just gonna ignore the deaths for a second. But apart from Doomsix and Kratos, not a lot of value coming out from the side of Hunt and Xavi though. You see him playing with the Jackal PWW, and he will get punished for the same Aiden with the assault rifle headshot. And boy, I have a feeling Octane have missed the train to just capture upon to that retaliation on how they can just turn this entire hard point around. They do have a lot of time, but on how the entire Logano, Godsend, I'll take the entire team for now. They are just banging heads at this point of time.
Yeah, I don't even know if banging heads is the right metaphor there, because banging heads would sort of make it seem like it's an even gunfight here. Logano currently sitting 28-5. One of the craziest KDs I've seen in the U18 Black Ops 6 seasons so far. And we're just past the halfway point in this game. Currently, it is the second set, P2, and Bayliners doing their best to close the door. Octane do manage to squeak back in there, but still more than 100 points separating them and Bayliners. Bayliners just on an absolute tear, a flurry, if you will. It's not looking good for Octane. They show promise here and there. They're able to get a break. They grab some time, but when he's getting cross-map kills with the Jackal. You just can't let that happen if you're the side of Octane. Finally, Logano going to be taken out 32-7.
I mean, that alone, Logano's score tell a lot about the entire, supreme firepower that Bayliner have against a team like Octane, though. For sure, I want to see them playing like this against some of the topmost teams who are in this particular league. But how Octane are just not able to scramble and rethink how they can approach to the entire roster of Bayliners. I mean, it's looking very hard. It's looked very harsh, and pretty sure that this is about to be very hard, being in that very a tight spot in the situation of Octane though. Again, popping heads left, right, and center. Let's be Lich, let's be Aiden, let's be Logano though. It's just standing in the corner, just behind the doorway, gets one though. Zabi will come up for the trade. We do see now the trade game going a little bit right on the side of, a little bit right on for the side of Octane though. But just cannot deny all of the gunpowder that Lucano, Litz, and Aiden are holding up on the guys. Gonna get straight up headshot though. Both the guys trying to contest, and the boy Savvy boy though gets a double. Lucano, Aiden both goes down. And slowly and steadily, we do see the style change coming up in the pace of the game into the favor of Octane though.
Yeah, it's still. I feel like it's too little, too late. The Bayliners have broken that 200-point mark. Octane aren't even at 100 yet. Realistically, if they soak the rest of this time, they're sitting around 110, I believe 117, 118. But Trix is doing his best to have the first 100-point club of the season. 99 to 207, the current score. Aiden just locking this time down, not letting Octane even sniff at Godsend, trying to get set up, not trying to get 100-point club. Hunt gonna fall. Logano also gonna fall. Trick's gonna be able to find Zavi though, and Octane narrowly avoid the 100-point club. 104 has been obtained off of this P1. However, 215 to 105 is the score. Still climbing for Octane. Finally able to stabilize a little bit here, get their bearings, sort of lock things down, but Doom6 doing a lot of the footwork here. 23 and 24, Hunt 10 and 30, Zavi 16 and 21, 18 and 29 out of Kratos. It's just not ideal score lines out of the boys. It's not what you want to see. Kratos doing his best to find an angle, but Godsent is going to be there to just absolutely peel his wig back. And it's just, Bayliners just seem a lot more consistent, a lot more put together, playing really well as a team. Zavi going to be able to find one. Does he find this other player lurking in the basement? Yes, he does, before getting picked up by Aiden. Doom6 going to be able to find Aiden for the trade. Once again, time going the way of Bayliners. Octane don't have time to sort of sit around and sit on their hands. They have to get on this point. Finally, they're able to do so. Kratos with a big two-piece, but Aiden going to be able to find one of his own. Still time.
We do see the full big stop coming off for the side of Bayliners. Octane are able to very, I would say, provokingly just to retaliate and just controlling the entire situation in their favor. Slowly growing up their score, scorecard, but again, it's already 238 for the side of Bayliners. So Octane gotta be really nitpicking at this point of time, not to give even a one score or two score away. I'm just not letting the entire team of Bayliners just shut you down for even one bit. Lucano got sent again, getting up that straight up out counter and those skills, and now they will just rotate towards the next capture point as soon as possible. And there you go, it's 240 already, and 170 for the side of Octane. Soon as we see a couple of kills here and there coming off from side of Godsend, and this will be over. As I say, it's over.
Yep, done and dusted. Bayliners take it 250 to 170. So not a complete blowout. Octane able to fight back a little bit, get themselves back into that game, but yeah, not a great look for your first series, your first match in the U18 COD League to come out so sort of stagnant and cold off the rip. Gonna see if they're gonna be able to bounce back come map 2. We got that search and destroy. Logano 45 and 15. 45 and 15, a perfect 3.0 out of the young man.
Yeah.
That was impressive. But yeah, Octane really have to bounce back, step it up, find a second gear, and jam it in there and just find something that works. Throw everything at the wall, see what sticks,
Yeah, definitely. But overall, I like how we can say things a little bit differently, because the overall score looked 250 to 170. But we all saw the game, and we all saw how Bayliner was just able to, click heads back to back, especially all of the guys coming up from the side of Bayliner, just going straight up in, like you said, a 3.0 KD, looking at that particular guy. But I have to say, for the side of Octane, as they were able to get that 170 towards the later part of the game, they might change up the entire pace as we go up onto the second map, which is going to be, of course, on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a possibility. It's going to be interesting if they are going to be able to stabilize here in this search. Looks like we're going to have a map 2 Hossy, so that's going to be an interesting one, definitely. Following that, map 3, our swing mode, if you want to call it, our control is going to be a Proto once again, followed up by a Skyline Hardpoint, and then to close us out, another Prody. Big Prody teams here, I guess. But yeah, this should be a banger. Stay on your seat. Go get a snack. Go get some water. Never mind. We're loading into the map right now. So don't go anywhere. Get back here if you're already running away, because Hossy Search and Destroy action is coming up right now.
Yes, sir. Hossy, one of the favorite maps, which my person. I'm just going to stop saying what's my favorite, what's not. Flash is gonna just like judge me a lot in terms of just what you are playing though. But just keep the jokes aside, folks. At this point of time, I would say on how Octane got the late momentum play shift going up on their side when we saw the side of art on the last map. I feel like things can be again a little bit different when we are sticking up to the Search and Destroy. But only time can tell. As soon as we do see the side of Bayline is pushing up against on the A-bomb side, a lot of these close quarter affair happening in. Aiden puts out a double. Now it's a 3v2. And Logano still want to stick up to the B plant. And yes, he's going in actually for the plant. Now, they have to go in for the little bit of the repositioning. Hult is definitely upon his toes that somebody's going for the plant. Aiden gets the side of Xavi though, a little bit of slide. And there you go, boy. It's going to be the side of Octane getting up that first round victory in the Search and Destroy.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was Bayliner, no? I think our names are switched still.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so Bayliner going to be able to. Yeah, Bayliner going to be able to find that first round. Doing a great job of sort of setting the tone. Aiden going to be able to find 3 on the round, so he's definitely starting to sniff streaks there. Currently on that 3 streak. Trick's going to be able to find one of his own. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Octane respond to that. Are they going to respond with a B hit of their own, or are they going to sort of play things a little different here? Big win, and Aiden's going to fall early. No streaks for you, my good sir. Logano going to be able to find this equalizer before getting picked up by Xavi. Beautiful play out of him to sort of tuck himself away in that corner, find that equalizer. Tricks in just a beautiful spot here. Tags in from Xavi, but Tricks is up close and personal. Actually opting for the wrap. Godsent with some tags in. Tricks doing his best to play his life, looking for any intel, seeing if they start to wrap over. He is going to get spotted. He definitely spotted one player. However, all 3 are nearby. Big tags at a Tricks there. Going to be able to find some shots on the player on bomb is Godsent, but no kills going back and forth quite yet. Godsent pushing up to that power position, locking down that bomb site. However, the rotation is on. Tricks, however, has sniffed this out. He is rotating with them. He's looking for this player to start planting bomb. Tricks going to be able to find one onto Xavi, but not going to be able to find much more. Spots the player there.
Nice one.
One more player on bomb. Does abandon the plant too. Kratos has to stick this, and Tricks knows it. Tags him up. No time left for the plant. Tricks just has to play his life, and once again, Bayliners a little shaky there, but do manage to stabilize and find their second round in a row.
Yes, sir. Boy, oh boy, back-to-back games coming in, and I love to see how the momentum shift was in play in the later part of this rounds, but now it's again it is going to be the side of Octane just being upon that little toe-to-toe. But for now, it's going to be the side of Bayliners think a little bit of something how differently things can be done. But things can be in a similar way. I know for a fact that I'm just saying that they have to approach in a different way. But in Search and Destroy, you just gotta win those gunfights. You just gotta play according to the entire strategy against the entire strategies coming in from your opponent team. And plus, you have to manage a lot of that time play. You have to be aware of how much time you have left to go for the plant, how much time you have left for the rotations coming in, or how much time you gotta just spend on taking those gunfights.
Yeah, and that is just not what you want to see. Logano managing to spot 2 there, but Xavi gonna find 2 of his own.
Yeah,
and Octane squeezing their way back in, gonna cut that lead in half, 2-1. Octane, great job there of stabilizing, keeping calm. They lost a player early and managed to bounce back and win the 3v4.
Into 3v4, or maybe just for the side of new Bayliners, they're getting a taste of a little bit of their own medicine. Maybe I gotta say, maybe, but maybe let's see. I'm just getting too much ahead of my of the entire thing. But for now, folks, yes, we do see the side of new Bayliners being on that 2-1 score line. Octane, especially from the side of creators, doing a tremendous job of just getting those first few frags. All of the time we have seen the first frags coming, a little bit of that stun going into play. And of course, that frag will do a little bit of damage though. Check PW being on the reload. For the second, it's going to be Zevi to get that first blood. Already on the bomb B side though, but we do see the rotation coming in. He gets the double. Zevi takes out the side of Aiden. A lot of value being created from just one single guy, and there you go. The Doom 6, the bomb barrier gets that one play. Thoughts is going to be the last man alive from the side of Bayline. Is going to be a 1v3 now. Thoughts are trying to chamber its position, being unlucky to just be on the reload. And now it's going to be a 2-2 score line.
Yeah, just great play out of Octane there. Big value out of Doom 6. Going to be able to find that player before getting traded out, leaving Godsent in a 4v1. And yeah, it's just 4v1 in an AR in secret, just is never going to go your way.
Let's see. I mean, I'm just being too optimistic maybe at this point of time, but I just feel for a second that things can go for the side of Octane. And how New Bayline was just dominated on hardpoint was, in terms of the entire play, of course, it was that of the Bayliners to be up on that upper hand, but in terms of scoreline, it was still 250 to 170. So we have to give the props and you have to give that credit to the side of Octane though. Being on with that drone, has gonna get a double. The bomb has been dropped in the hallway, and boy, oh boy, he's gonna get the third. No communications, boy. The guy just came up into that last hallway. How didn't they communicate it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a bit of a breakdown there, but Hunt currently trying to get the ace, the 1v4 clutch. Bomb is going to get planted. I know that Aiden is just going to beeline it towards
He sees it
line and going to be able to find that kill. Bit of a unfortunate circumstance there for Hunt. 4v1. Maybe if he had a little help from his team, he wins that one, but Aiden, cool, calm, collected, almost knows exactly where he's at, slides out, hits the chow in Wine Court, and is able to shut that down.
Oh no, Octane being on that lead, the scoreline of 3-2. Things can get interesting from here now, and if they're able to get that one more point, of course, and push towards the map point on this particular mode, maybe we might be able to see new Bayliners maybe trying to just play up a little bit more aggressively, especially up on the control. Trophy system getting up placed upon to that bomb B side. Of course, we gotta see someone to take up that control upon that hallway, but no, we don't see it. They're already going in for the plan. Now we do see repositioning being done from the side of Bayliners.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. This is going to be a tough break for them. A 4v4 retake on B. It's not unheard of, but it's definitely going to be a tougher one. Big opener there out of Aiden. Does manage to spot two more players. One player runs into the water. Godsent in a tough spot here. Manages to get out with his life. Tricks. Momentarily gets out with his life. Big 2, and Octane managed to tie us up at 3 rounds apiece.
I mean, how Octane were able to get up on that grass, not being very too shabby. Actually, yeah, I'm not being very too shabby, being up on that close plan scenario. Bayliners looked good, confident. But for now, it is going to be a 3-3 scoreline, and now it's going to be solely steadily going to anyone's halfway. I mean, this is anyone's game at this point of time. I mean, that stick drifted crazy.
I was thinking the same thing. That was insane amount of stick drift. The fact that he's frying
no
like that.
No offense.
That amount of
No
stick
offense.
drift.
Yeah, no offense to the guy, but yeah, that was insane. And it's still popping off.
Yeah, and just locking down irons. Godsent going to find the opener, gets traded. Logano going to be able to find one. Big twos across the board, and 2v2 is what we're sitting at. Doom 6. Not going to read this rotation. It's going to be a quick wrap from the boys over on the Bay Liners. Doom 6 just trying to get active on the map here, trying to spot anything, sniff this plant out. May have just spotted this player top white. Logano in just a tough spot right now, but the rotation for Octane is over towards B. All the while A is being planted. Doom 6 is going to spot that player. However, that player is also going to spot him. Both with subs. That's a shaky gunfight for both of them to take. Kratos in a great position to play upset. Doesn't spot that player. Does get tagged up. Logano going to find that opener. Big nade. Is it going to find some tags? Yes, it is, but Kratos is so weak that he just has to run back, play his life. Big stun. That's going to be a big intel for Logano. Knows exactly where this player is. Player opts to Chow. Not much time remaining. Has to win both. Logano going to be good for 3 on the round, I think.
Logano was double. He got that double in the end.
I think he got 3 though. I'm pretty sure he got one of their openers too.
Could be. I mean,
good for him. We'll see the streak. We'll see the streak.
Yes, but for now, Octane getting up that one more round, and now getting closer to that map point. It's 4-3, and for the streak, yeah, he did got 3. Logano did got 3. You're correct.
Yeah, and currently sitting at 7-5. He was off to a bit of a slow start, but definitely picking up right where he left off in the last game. Maybe stumbled out of the gate, but 7-5, not quite triple positive, but it's still a damn good scoreline in my opinion. Going to be able to find a big opener there too as Aiden almost finds the second, but Hunt is there for the shutdown. Logano knows this player's lurking by this back truck, but opts to leave him. Doesn't want to give the intel. Spots the bomb carrier, able to find 1, make it 2. Oh, almost finds the third. Doom 6 down to an absolute sliver of HP. Actually, 44 HP. Can take a couple bullets back up to 100. Currently sitting at 2-7. Not a great scoreline, and doesn't get the bomb either. Definitely some interesting play here. Big crossfire setup. Bomb has been grabbed. He's spotted, shut down, and Bayliner take us to map point.
It's Octane. We have the side swapped.
Yeah, it's Octane. It's Bayliner. It's Bayliner.
Bayliner?
It's Bayliner.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, it's Bayliner, and boy oh boy, we have again Bayliner being upon that upon that lead on how the hardpoint was positioned upon. So it's good to see that they're able to continue on that momentum. But for now, Octane again they have to find that a missing piece of the puzzle to just stumble upon and take the entire control. Oh, bomb getting dropped very early down upon the hallway. They might get the bomb control as soon as possible though. Aiden gets up onto one, playing it for a flank, gets a double, and he gets down from the hands of Kratos, who will definitely get scumbled upon from side of Lich with that SMG play though. And Zevi has the bomb, he'll be definitely gonna protect that.
Oh yeah, big time. It's now just a matter of, is he going to be able to find both these players? Submachine gun, terrible timing. Unchecks bomb, unlocks down bomb, and runs away. And as that happens, the players decide to peek. Gets tagged up, has to play his life, slow it down a little bit. Zavi trying up in the clutch. 1v2 post-plant scenario.
Oh.
Shoots a body, has no idea there's a player behind him. And Bayliner with the 6-3 victory. Once again, just solid COD out of the boys. Nothing too crazy going on, nothing insane, nothing we've never seen before, but just good, consistent, fundamental COD. It got a little shaky there from time to time. Almost lost the 4v1. That would have been bad for the brand, but Logano 10-6, Godsent, bit of a struggle, 2-8. Trix 6-5, Aiden 9-6. Just all in all, decent play out of the boys. Yeah, just God sent, or not. Sorry, not God sent. Bayliners just doing a great job of staying consistent.
Yeah, consistency is going to be the perfect example when it comes down. Take their name though, but 250 to 170 in the first map. Now 6-3 in the search and try. But gotta give to the side of Octane. They were able to at least get up for a couple of rounds in their side, especially when there was a lot of that mistakes and the gaps not getting filled up from the side of Bay Liners. But yes, folks, that was the search and destroy. Our next map will be definitely we will be going into the play on the control mode. But Night Flash, do you think we might get another 3-0, or you think for a fact that we might see a switch up coming up and we might see a reverse sweep? What do you think about
It's
that?
I never like to root for a 3-0, and I never think that it's going to be a 3-0. But if I'm just going off the stats alone, it just look at Logano, right? Like just he triple positive in the first respawn, almost double positive in the S&D.
Yeah.
Control is a mix of HP and S&D. Like, this guy is going to be moving, and it's Prody once again. Just watch the guy drop 45 on an HP in Prody. I think Octane are going to be in some trouble. I think they can do it if they're able to shut down Logano, but that's a big if. But off the rip, we're going to be able to see a few players fall from Bayliners, but Zavi already up in this spawn trap location doing his best. Going to be able to find a couple there and send some people packing back to the respawn. Hunt going to be able to find tricks and just, yeah, this is the name of the game when it comes to control, especially on Prody. It's who can spawn trap better.
Yeah, definitely. You have to just be up onto that trap the entire spawn and get those back-to-back lives remaining as quickly as possible. For now, we do see the side of Johnson and everybody from the side of Bayliners getting the control of the first take up onto that A point, and definitely they will all be getting that first take in the control. A double kill might have been charged, but nope, it's Aiden taking on the side of Hunt, and it's Doomstick to take on the side of Aiden. In that retaliation is gonna literally coming flying out of nowhere though, and Zavi. But not a huge problem, I would say, for the side of Baylands to even get the second take in the control for the side of A site.
Yeah, and with the map updates, they're not super new anymore, but this B point is so much easier to capture now that it's not down on that boat. Tricks not going to be able to find that one, but progress still being made over at A. Logano going to be able to clear out the top blue. However, Zabi lurking bottom blue does get cleaned up by Tricks. A point has been captured. Minute 20 left in the game. Hunt going to get cleaned up by Logano up on that top mid gun.
Oh.
Big tags, but Logano's good for another. Doomstick's going to finally be able to find his teammates trade, but gets cleaned up. No progress on B quite yet. Godsent going to be able to find one. He's getting posted up for the spawn trap. Going to try and make him spawn out, but does get pinched in the back by Hunt. Logano going to be able to find the trade, though. Kratos with a beautiful nade. Great shots out of Logano.
He says how Doomstick's being on a very good crossfire, though. Gets that single kill, of course. Oh, but I don't know what Hunt was thinking over there. Hunt gets taken out, of course. It's going to be this Doomstick to get it off the side of the other guy. But Zevi comes up, takes on the same trade. And boy, we do see the side. Everybody just trying to get that last take coming up from the side of Bayliners. So now Doomstick pops up a nade. Not a huge value out of it, but Kratos gets that double and comes out, takes it to the side of Logano. Aiden comes in from the back. Kratos goes down. Now for the respawn, though, it's just 5 up against 2. It's something not really looking good for the side of Octane.
Yeah, and if you're Octane here, you don't want to let them get the take. You want to go out to lives, and that's exactly what they do. Baylighter is going to manage to snag that first round. It's just a matter of, are they going to be able to do it on defense now? Because the argument can be made that Prody is a bit of an offensive-sided map with that B control point move. So are they going to be able to do it on defense? If they can get the spawn trap set up and sort of flowing well. I definitely think it's possible. I know it's possible. It's almost probable if they can get that spawn trap set up and get it rolling. It's just a matter of getting that done. But just take a quick look at Logano here, 10-5. This guy's just having himself an absolute series. Just a great 3 set of maps here. Aiden going to swap to that sub off the rip. Big read. Not going to be able to find that kill, though, as Kratos is there for that. Hunt going to be able to find Tricks. Doom6 going to fall to Logano. Kratos going to be able to find the trade, though, and instantly progress being made onto A. Tricks going to be able to find Hunt. Zavi's in the back, though, trying to play spoiler, trying to play upset on the pinch, trying to kill Logano, able to find that one. His position's known, but progress still being made over at A. Godsent doing his best, playing his life up top Grandma's, but does finally fall. Logano gonna to this top 3rd location or do his best, trying to get the pinch. It's do or die. You got to find the kills, and you got to find them now, and they do. They manage to find the kills as all the players fall for the side of Octane. Not going to be able to cap that A point.
Again, Logano and yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say it's still getting captured, but the blues are just so similar that it was actually getting cleared.
I mean, yeah, one is light blue, another one is light purple. So it's really hard for me also differentiate between the other two in the first map. But for now, folks, yeah, we definitely know for a fact that Litris and again Logano are definitely the one to create the most of the value in terms of the fragment power. But Litris is going to be over there, and Octane will be able to clear out the entire team in a couple of seconds, though. Waypoint A is secured. But for now, a little bit of that hide and seek play, and we finally see that Logano getting up the kill. Godsent able to put the headshot with an AR, reduce the capture getting done from side of Octane, which will be stopped as soon as they want to. That mid-air shots. What a lovely flick from Logano. Of course, you are the SMG player and you're gonna act like one. Logano with a multi-kill, coming up straight up 3 kills from that lad. Not a lot of time left for the side of Octane, though, but not a lot of opportunities are being also created from them.
Yeah, and their life lead has been flushed down the toilet. They are currently even on lives, down by 2 ticks right now. Logano on a flank, going to be able to find an opener. That's still going to keep our life count tied as Zavi's going to be able to find one. Still staying tied here. Logano just playing his life up top 3rd. Godsent has been spotted, but Kratos is going to be able to find the knife, giving them an advantage for the time being. But the trade game is just on point right now. Trick's going to be able to find the advantage.
Oh my god, this is close.
Beautiful shots at a Doom6 there. 40 seconds remain. No progress made on B whatsoever. Aiden and Zavi going to combine for a couple there. And finally, Bayliner's out of respawns, but so is Octane. 1 life separating these 2 teams here. 25 seconds remain. Octane have to go, and they've got to go quickly. Zavi is going to fall. Logano going to be able to find that player lurking up top. Grandma's big spot at a Godsent, but Hunt is going to be there, able to find that kill. Tricks, you got to go, is going to fall to Hunt as well. Logano not going to be, finally going to be able to find that one. 2nd tick of progress almost in, but he... Oh my goodness, clutch. Logano with the clutch. Absolutely beautiful. That 2nd tick was not captured. Sheesh. Bayliners with a 2-round advantage and a 1-tick advantage. Oh, what a beauty.
That was some clutch, boy, boy. And I have to say, hey, I don't date folks that I'm sounding too harsh, but I gotta say, there looks like a little bit of that communication gap between the players of Octane. This was supposed to be that, hey, you got 1v2, you have the man advantage. Of course, in terms of a lot of these situations that happened in the last Search and Destroyers as well, there were a lot of these chances where Octane had the opportunity to fill the gap, stay liquid, and just like get all of those frags in their favor, especially in those man advantage situations. So now it's 2 rounds in, just 1 more round to shut this down, and they're on a seize point once more.
Yeah, and I don't want to discredit anybody else on Bayliners, but currently a bit of a 1-man army. Logano 24-11, everybody else either even or negative on their team. And he continues his reign of terror. Going to be able to find Hunt there. Doom6 going to be able to find some tags onto Godsent. Godsent not going to be able to spot him, but more tags Kratos doing his best to play spoiler. Going to be able to find that one on to Trix. Godsent going to be able to find Zavi, and Logano going to be able to find Hunt. Aiden going to be able to find Kratos. Progress on B is about to finish, and A has just begun. 28 to 23, sorry, 27 to 23 is the life count. Big win. Nope. Trix with the bit of a choke there. Not going to lie. Doom6 going to be able to get the reversal on that one. Doom6 going to be able to find another. So, some progress being made here for the side of Octane. 24 to 20. Hunt going to be able to find one. Is going to get spotted by this player on Heli, and Logano's going to be able to clean that one up. Kratos up into this top third window. Progress on A is being made. However, nobody has spotted Kratos up there. Going to be able to find the one. Stop that progress momentarily, but his position is known. Now you just have to hide from top window. Zavi running amok on this 8-point. Kratos and all players for the side of Octane getting involved. Doom6. Trix going to be able to find one. Kratos going to be able to find a trade. Aiden going to be able to find Kratos. Zavi going to be able to find Aiden. Big trades back and forth. Zavi just lurking in this bottom ammo, this bottom blue. Big tags, but the shots from the pistol ring true, and Godsent's going to be sent packing. 13 to 15 is the life count. Kratos going to be able to find a knife kill. This guy just loves the knife. Zavi going to be able to find Aiden. Godsent trying to do some work on the 8-point. Not going to be able to find anything.
Elevation.
Yeah. Not looking great for Bayliners here.
At this point of time, I feel like, Godsent or Logamo, just somebody will come up and just even Steven that situation. But no, Doom6 takes to Salutris, and Doom6 is going to just come up and take up the second one instead. And now it's going to be 11 to 6. Maybe the retaliation is definitely on coming in from the side of Octane, and it's 5 to 11 now. A huge shift coming off to the play though. Watson gets one. Zevi goes down for the bet, but he will definitely come back as they have tons of life remaining compared to what Bayliners have at this point of time. 4 to 9, 4 to 8. Zevi gets one, but no, Doom6 is going to take the side of Aiden out. It's a 8 to 3 now. They just gotta wait and watch. It's better. Don't chase him. Don't take that foul. Don't take that disadvantageous play. But there you go. They have it. It's 8 to 1 now, and they finally able to get that 1-round victory.
Yeah, and now it's just a matter of building on it. We saw they almost won that last round too. So Bayliners not looking a little shaky, but definitely still in the driver's seat, still comfortable. Definitely still able to close it out on this next round here.
Yeah, I feel for the fact that if Octane are able to collect themselves and get that one victory upon their side, we might see this going up towards the 5th round. Maybe we might see Octane winning up this particular round as well. They're finally able to get that one control up over here. But for now, folks, anything can happen. But again, credit where it's due, man. It's 32 to 19 for the side of Logamo. The same amount of kills were seen in the first map of Hardpoint as well. So, boy, that guy is doing the majority of the heavy lifting, I gotta say.
Yeah, 100%. Nobody else has sniffed 20 on his team, and he's at 34 and continues to climb. Spawn trap is on, though. Aiden in the spawn of Octane. Not going to be able to find anything, but Zavi gets sent packing back to spawn. Logano going to be able to find Kratos in that power position. Trix going to be able to find that one as they were trying to sneak through, pull the wool over their eyes there, but it's not going to happen. Aiden going to be able to find one. Slides out, find the second. Good Lord. Aiden on a bit of a tear here, but Zavi going to find 2 of his own. Logano, big tags.
Oh, nice.
Not going to be able to find anything there. That's unfortunate, but Trix is there, has the support. Kratos and Zavi fall to the hands of Trix. No progress has been made at either. Sorry, that's a lie. A little bit of progress has been made, but no ticks achieved, and the life disparity is getting out of hand. 23 to 14. Aiden going to be able to find one. The Hunt going to be able to find another, but Trix once again going to find that answer, keeping these players at bay. Trix finds another onto Kratos. Trix having himself a round here, 27 and 26, currently on a 10 streak. Has that streak to play with too. Can call it in here to end it. Interesting that he's not, actually. There we go.
There we go. And boy, that
Game,
was
series, map, New England Bayliners with our second sweep of the night.
yeah, kind of like an unexpected one because yes, in the side of like the hard point, we did saw New Bayliners kind of steamrolling against the side of Octane, but on how Octane were able to collect themselves and search and destroy and kind of carry it away on this control mode as well on the map of protocol. I had a feeling that we might see a comeback, but look at the side of Logan, 37-21, 3,884 damage. Boy, that guy's definitely the MVP for this particular matchup.
Yeah, no, 100% MVP for the series as well, in my opinion. Great matches tonight, though. Can't complain. I think that all the teams we saw tonight have promise. I think that it's just a little rough right now for some of them. Octane definitely has some promise. They have to smooth out the edges, work on their comms, work on their teamwork, their team play. But once again, it's a new team, brand new to the league. So
Yeah,
keep an eye on these kids to sort of make a run here. And once they start figuring things out and firing on all cylinders, they're definitely going to be a problem. Bayliners, on the other hand, another brand new team in the league, and they come out first night and say, hey, we're not playing around. Hold that. Take the 3-0, throw up the 3-0s. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful play. I'm never to be a negative person. I always sort of look on the positive. So I think for both teams that did get swept tonight, just work on ironing out some of the kinks. Just work on your communication, work on your team play, work on your overall team chemistry.
yeah.
And then your success will follow. Bullet, you got anything to add here?
Yeah, definitely. Team chemistry and team coordination was definitely one of the key things that looked kind of missing from both of the teams, whether it's BMP or whether it's be this particular team Octane coming up against in a matchup like this. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed being over here. I mean, there was a little bit of that learning phase coming up for me as well. But thank you so much for being amazing, co-caster Nightflash. And I guess that was it for today, folks, up here at the today's broadcast for U18 COD League, which is definitely the season 7 of the entire thing. And it was the second day. I'll catch you up in the next one. So make sure to follow up, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll catch you in the next one. Till then, happy gaming and keep playing COD.
Just one more thing to add here. I want to give some quick shout outs. Big shout outs to all the players, all the people that watch. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. A big shout out to our longtime presenting sponsor, GamerX Society. You guys are awesome. You've supported this league for okay, never mind. Take that back. They're not sponsoring this season. Still big shout out. You guys have sponsored us for a while in the past. Big shout out to Dash, the CEO of the league. Big shout out to all the producers and the observers. Once again, you guys do God's work. You do you're the unsung heroes of this league. So yeah, thanks to everyone. Thanks to Bullet for hopping on first cast. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I was a good partner for you today.
I told you.
But yeah, we can't wait to see more of you, and I can't wait for more U18 action. It's coming up here soon, so you guys better have those notifications turned on, or you might miss it. We'll see you then.
All right, folks.
Dark is gonna find 2, 5, 3, 5, 4. And look at this L2 on another 4 streak, my friend. You find the next trying to win the gunfight. Oh no, Super able to get that one, but one more.